And then came the calling. I dressed up as Ozzy on Halloween a few times, but we took this to a whole new level. 70 minutes of Ozzy, costume changes, live animals, blood and bats everywhere, a real coffin. I even hired a movie guy in Vancouver to make all the wicked props for the show. And in 1987, we became an Ozzy tribute band. Every night, I'd lay inside the coffin with my little flashlight and my little hash pipe, waiting for the show to start so I could appear in a big cloud of smoke. I never dreamed I'd end up playing Ozzy in a tribute band, but I crawled in and out of that goddamn coffin 6 nights a week all over Western Canada. Every night after rocking out for 2 hours, I'd have to sit completely still while somebody drew the tattoos on me in a felt pen. It turned my piss blue for about 6 months. I went to the doctor, he said that shit's toxic, man. But it was worth it when I came blasting out with my shirt off for Crazy Train. Now, it took a lot of guts to come out every night doing Ozzy in his fat Elvis days, so I drank a lot, and I really started to party just like the legend himself. The show was awesome. I even bought a live dub for the act, and he loved it, so we named him Jake after Ozzy's guitar player. Jake was the most spoiled pet in rock and roll history. Girls would take him in the audience and he'd come back covered in bright pink lipstick. He'd sit on the waitresses' trays for a round in the bar and he'd make a killing in tips. Jake liked strippers. What can I say? He was a little pecker. He was my little buddy and he put up with a lot of shit, having to deal with my drunken bad breath when I tried to eat him every night. Man, that freaked everyone out in the bar. But since I couldn't eat my buddy Jake, I decided to try something else. So me and my light man Vlad dug up the head of a dead man. We named him Mr. Crowley, and we had big plans for him. Big, messy plans. It just goes to show I was into this high-protein, low-carb diet before anybody else was. But I was still hungry, and I had to find something else to eat. The movie effects guy made me a fake bat with real black human hair on it and a Velcro head that made this huge ripping sound when I bit it off. With a mouthful of fake blood made of corn syrup and red food dye, I'd spit the bloody head out and I'd see people gag on their drinks. Well, I thought, what else can I scare them with? So I had the movie guy make me a werewolf costume. But the howls of laughter that came out instead of the howls of fear were just too much to take every night. It had to suck being my guitar player. I dragged this guy around the stage by his hair every night, beating his head into a loogie-covered stage. Then I'd slice my own throat, jump back in the coffin, and the people would beat on it until I came out for a Black Sabbath encore. It was a fucking blast doing Ozzy, but 2 years of playing Mr. Dress Up and Pissin' Blue took its toll on me. So I decided to pack it in and not gross everyone out anymore. I mean, it was hard to meet chicks, man. Nobody wanted to kiss a guy covered in blood, snot, whatever else, except a really twisted one who tried to jump in my coffin one night. But we still had a kick-ass band and a great road crew that made the show big and loud every night. I mean, even this guy, who I found piss-tanked in the hallway in Red Deer, I told him to show up the next night and he worked as a light man. But the pressure of employing 6 other guys while partying hard like Ozzy was too much. I mean, I was ready for rehab, and thin was in. So that's when it all changed. This is what I like to call the Whitesnake Syndrome.